When I get back from class on Wednesday, Virginia is all smiles. Did you hear? Ellen shakes her head. Hear what? Damien's been expelled, Virginia explains. I heard he got caught trying to take advantage of a freshman boy. No names named. And then Professor Potsdam called down flaming swords and sliced him up, and he ran away. That sounds a little over-exaggerated, Ellen ventures. Well, Virginia shrugs. That's just what I heard. The important thing is, he's gone. No more demon boy. I wonder what really happened. When the freshman boy arrived in the gym, it was dark and all the lights were off. Damien stood in the center of the room, waiting for his prey to arrive. Hello there, Damien said as he entered. Hi, the boy responded. Are you okay? You don't look so good. I mean, sick. You might be sick. Not that you don't look good. I'm not sick, Damien replies. Not yet. Not yet, the boy echoes blankly. I've been doing some research lately, Damien explains, and I've found answers, but they're not good. There's no easy way to say this. What is it? The boy asks. What's going on? My time is running out. The boy just stares at him. What? No one wanted to tell me the truth, Damien says with a sigh. Hybrids don't survive. The demon in me. It's burning me up from the inside. I don't have the strength to contain it. I don't have to worry about what to do after graduation. I'm not going to graduate. You're dying? In the end, that's what it comes down to. This can't be happening, the boy says with a shake of his head. No, I won't accept it. There has to be some way to stop this. There is. The boy looks up at him sharply. What? Why didn't you say so in the first place? What are you trying to do? Give me a heart attack? There's only one way for me to gain enough power to control the demonic taint, Damien explains. Someone has to willingly give me air soul. The boy pauses. Oh. I can't ask you to do that, Damien says as he turns away. I can't beg. I don't want to put either of us through that. I came to say goodbye. Really, you're probably the only person who's going to miss me. Damien, Don't say it. Damien turns back to face him. Whether you're sorry or you love me or whatever, don't say it. It doesn't matter now. You were my friend, and I enjoyed the time we spent together. That's all I needed to say. This is where it ends. As Damien starts to walk away, the boy calls out to him. Wait! Damien pauses. I can't let you die. I'll do it. Damien takes a look at the boy over his shoulder. What? I said I'll do it. I'll give you my soul. Damien looks dumbstruck. Just tell me what I have to do, the boy says resolutely, and Damien sighs as he shakes his head. All right, if you're sure. For a powerful ritual, it seemed surprisingly simple to set up. Diagrams drawn across the floor, across his skin. Salt and ash mixed together and poured in a spiral from his feet to the pattern's edge. And, of course, blood. Damien provided the knife, but the boy had to make the cut himself. Any cut. It didn't have to be deep, so long as it bled. Are you sure? Damien asks. It's not too late to turn back. Until you say the words and draw the blood, you can stop. I won't give you up, the boy says firmly. Very well. With his free hand, the boy makes a fist as he steadies his nerves and raises the knife. I offer to you the essence of my spirit, freely and unconditionally. With this blood, all my power is yours. Uncurling his fingers, the boy places the tip of his thumb against the blade and slices it open. The cut itself wasn't painful. He had endured far worse scrapes from smaller accidents. The pain came from elsewhere, a buzzing whirlwind inside of him that hummed and burned at the same time. He can feel his heart beating faster and faster, but his fingers won't move. Everything is frozen in place. The ache inside of him grows like a pressure swelling under his skin, which has suddenly become too tight for his body to contain. He can feel great waves passing through him with every heartbeat, but only the tiniest trickle oozes from his wound. The boy feels as though he is going to burst open from the inside out, helpless to stop the pain from overtaking him completely. Little fool, Damien says with a smirk. You were so easy. The boy tries to speak, but his mouth isn't working. His tongue has swollen up behind his teeth, and he can barely breathe. You look so surprised, Damien taunts. Did you really think I loved you? Everyone warned you, but I made that part of my plan. Poor innocent Damien. Everyone's so mean to him. I could tell you fire was ice, and you'd believe me. Every word I've ever spoken to you has been a lie. Every twist, every turn, every little insecurity, all to make you give up by choice the one thing I couldn't take. For the price of your soul, I get to become a prince. And now you're going to die. Slowly. All the while knowing that this was completely your fault. The boy's heart gives a painful lurch as all the muscles in his body try to twist at once. He can feel the tension wrapping around his lungs, forcing out his breath. He tries to speak, but instead his vision slowly fades to black. As Damien bends down to start consuming the boy's soul, Professor Potsdam gives her signal. Professor Grabiner immediately blasted Damien back away from the boy as he fired off another quick spell to blind his senses. You! Damien wipes at his eyes with both hands as he sends a blast spell toward Professor Grabiner, who just swallows the spell with ease. Professor Grabiner, please get that child to safety, Professor Potsdam yells as she casts another spell at Damien. He tried to kill a student, Hieronymous says as he casts a few more spells toward Damien. He is not getting away with this. And he won't, Professor Potsdam replies firmly. But right now, saving that student is more important than getting justice. Better do as she says, Damien taunts, or else I might come after your princess next. Hieronymus's eyes widen. He had no idea how Damien knew about their marriage, but he suddenly feared that Tori was in real danger. He quickly teleported towards the boy, picked him up in his arms, and teleported away. He placed the boy back in his bed, checked to make sure he was still alive, and then healed him with a touch of green magic. He would have to have a long talk with him later, but not now. Instead, he rushed off to Tori's room. He just stood outside the doorway, performing a quick spell to allow him to sense that she was still inside, that she was still okay. She and her roommates all seemed to be sound asleep, completely unaware of the danger that had befallen one of their peers. I thought I might find you here, Professor Potsdam says, and Professor Grabiner jumps as he spins around to face her. Is Tori safe and sound? She's asleep in bed, as she should be, Grabiner replies, his voice a low whisper as they move away from the door. And the demon? He got away, Potsdam sighs as she glances down and away. He what? Grabiner demands angrily, although he does his best to keep his voice in check to prevent waking the students. I told you I shouldn't have left. I have adjusted the ward so that he will never be able to step foot on this campus again, Professor Potsdam says gently. Besides, the boy gave his consent. What Damien did is not illegal by magical definitions. We should just be glad that we were able to intervene before the ritual was completed. I told you that thing was trouble, Hieronymous snarls. The less otherworld creatures we enroll, the safer we all will be. Hieronymous, I asked you to leave because I couldn't let your prejudices get in the way of what needed to be done, Potsdam tells him firmly. Making sure that boy escaped with his life was our priority, and he is alive now, partly in thanks to you. Professor Grabiner just shakes his head. Yes, and what a life that will be. But you heard what he said about Tori. How does he know about that? Is she in danger? Hopefully not, Professor Potsdam replies with a sigh. In either case, I trust that you will watch out for her. Of course, Professor Grabiner says resolutely. I have vowed to give her my protection. She will not come to any harm. Let's hope not, Professor Potsdam says. In any case, it has been a difficult night. Go get some rest. We'll talk more in the morning. Hieronymous hesitates for a moment. Part of him wanted to go back and check on Tori, but she was most likely still sound asleep inside her room. Instead, he just lets out a sigh, closes his eyes, and teleports back to his room. Hopefully, he could at least get a few hours of sleep before class in the morning.